Hello, everybody, and welcome to session number four of Let's Play Mass Effect Revolution. Let us not waste any more time and get right into the warm-up question. So, a lot's happened. A lot happened last time. And I wanted to make sure that before we continue with our sessions that I ask a question I normally ask near the beginning. And that is my typical, now that you've started interacting with each other, your characters have started interacting with each other, which of the other three PCs do you trust the most, or have bonded with the most? However you want to, have become acquainted with the most? However you want to interpret that really is up to you. And which one have you acquainted, bonded, trusted the least?
When it comes to the person that I've bonded with / trust the most, it's actually kind of easy. It's Vito, because he's offered Nathan to be a godchild. They've had dinner together. They've had a longer conversation than most people here. So yeah, that's very easy for me to answer. But when it comes to who we've bonded with the least, English, and who we've probably got the least amount of trust built with would probably be GMIC, because GMIC hasn't really talked to anybody, and he's not really like he's not actually what he says he is too. Like he's hiding his AI, his VI thing, and there's nobody knows what he actually is other than Vito and Pip and himself, of course. Which means that the rest of us don't really know him all that well. So that was kind of what I'm going with here, I think.
The person, I mean, it's kind of the same answer as Mikey. The person that Vito has gotten to bond the most with is Nathan. Like, yeah, I'm getting the feeling like they've definitely interacted more than Vito has with some of the other people. And who Vito has interacted with / acquainted himself the less with is Dia, because technically, like, rewatching it, they technically have not interacted yet at all. So yeah, it's more of a we know the same people kind of thing.
For mine, I have to say it's kind of like for the people I've not interacted with, I have to say it's a tie between Vito and GMIC, partly because I have not actually interacted with them, like in any significant way besides saying, "Oh, you're that person. I remember seeing you. You were to the left of this person." But yeah, that's about it. And in terms of like he's obviously talked to Mike, Nathan, like Diaz talked to Nathan the most, but there's not really that like trust yet. I feel like from Dia to Nathan, because Dia doesn't really know Nathan who he is. Like she's met him, right? But they haven't had like a good bond yet. Like for all Nathan knows, like Dia's mind is that he's the guy who woke him up randomly in his house.
Well, for me, this one is kind of easy because I have a chart with all the points each character has. So let's see. The one that give me trust the most is Vito, because it's so Vito doing the most good things, and it learned a couple of things about how to behave from Vito. And the one it trusts the least, but it not just distrusting or not. It's just that it doesn't know it really well, because it didn't interact with it so much. It's with Dia. So
Dia, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he interacted a couple of times with Nathan, so it has more points. But
So once again, you are at the bar, with not just the PCs, but also Solaric, Zadrari, Jules, and Pip, I think.
Colin was there too.
Koalin's there as well. Thank you. Describe for me how Vito and or Dia start interacting with the other, and play it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say depends on how late it is, but Vito has definitely drank a little bit more than he should have. So yeah, starting to get a little tipsy.
Compared to you, Dia has like glasses upon glasses, like all cup down, all lined up, and she takes a look at you. She's like, "You really can't handle liquor, yeah?"
No, no, I can't really. But
Don't worry, you're Solaria. You're not meant to. But oh well. But yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming that really handsome guy over there is your husband, but I don't seem to see how you're doing. I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to be that you're mostly with him. How are you feeling?
Vito's kind of just slumping in his chair, looking like giving a glance at Solaric. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm afraid if I just look away, he's gonna disappear too.
Dia's just like looking over her drink. She takes a look at you and she says, "Well, if there's any if this is any condolence from a complete and absolute stranger, he seems to really love you." Which is, I know, weird, but not everyone can be a high-class whore, right? Don't worry, I think you two will be fine. It's just, remember, from what I see, I know when someone needs to take time for themselves, and it sounds like this is a time for you guys to, what's the word? Have a cooling off moment. Make sense?
Yeah, of course. I don't know if you feel the same, if you know other Turians as well, but
No, it's
I get
not
the
really.
feeling sometimes that you I just need to be there for him. You just need to be there for them, and he's gonna just take another sip.
Well, if it's well, I feel like the only person you should be there for is your husband mostly. I mean, duh, it's your husband, right? I'm assuming so, right? You're married, or are you guys like?
We're married, yes, but you know, I need to support him, right? This is what I need to do. This is. But how can you be there for someone if you're also crumbling apart? If you're also falling apart?
Dia takes a look at her glass. From the way she's just like holding herself, she's very, very like comfortable. She's and she takes a like a little like sideways glance at you, gives you a little bit smile. She says, "Well, Like I said earlier, my dear, everyone needs time for themselves, right? And I know for a fact if you keep trying to support him when you're a crumbling mess, either get some time to help yourself or talk to him about it, right? I mean, relationships are built on trust. It has to be 100% from both sides, right? You need to be supporting each other, not one just supporting the other. So talk to him about it. Have your cry moments. Have your bedroom sleepover. I mean, that's what I would say.
Suppose so. But I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing if I talk. He's got enough on his plate right now. I can't just, you know, what I'm feeling can't compare to what he is feeling. It's my in-laws, but it's his parents. It's his family. I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing. Just one small step and the temple falls apart on us.
Just give it time. In a few months, it'll probably not be history, but it'll be something. Anyways, I don't think you're drunk enough yet. Dia takes the glass she's holding full of vodka, slides it over to Vito, and she says, "Why don't you start?" I mean, I don't call this measly cup drinking.
Vito's looking at the glass, kind of thinking he's gonna take the shot.
There we go. You're doing it. Now it's time to get blackout drunk. Here's some more.
While this is happening, Mikey, would Nathan interact with any PC or NPC specifically at the bar?
So to start, Nathan probably would have just been sitting there, and he would have been going through all of his contacts, like sending off the OK messages, just seeing who's there and who isn't. Then he's probably more sober near the start of going to the bar than he is at this particular point because, heavy drinking. He would have put out feelers to friends in politics, friends in the underground, people who know people, to see if they can figure out or get some kind of information on what's going on here.
Okay.
What's the prognosis on time and stuff like that when it comes to getting into the Trebia system? Is there any rumors floating about who might have done this, or if it was just a straight up galactic phenomenon kind of thing? We don't know. So he's done that. After which, he's going to probably get himself all of the shots. Probably Jaeger. He's probably going to stick with most of the night. So rest in peace, his liver. But he will actually talk to Vio and Solaric at some point, and he will. I don't know how drunk he is, so I'm just gonna go with he's probably a little bit tipsy at this stage, and he's like, "Hey, Vito, Soul, I have a question for you two."
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Solaric is a little numb, so maybe he heard what you said, maybe he didn't. You're not sure.
Is that offer about being your kid's godfather? Is that still standing?
I suppose. Soul?
Soul sort of comes out of whatever trance he was in. Right, our child. Yes, it is. probably the only good thing I have looking forward to at the moment.
I'll hold on to that because I'll be your godfather. I'll be his godfather. I'll do that for you guys.
Thank you, Nathan. That's
So, how about we have a drink to a good thing for a change? And he picks up a shot and says, to the new parents and to a godparent. He downs the shot.
I can drink to that, Solaric says, as I'm gonna say that by this point, Zadreri is friends with the bartender, so she might have been able to like get you guys as many drinks as you want. So he'll pour you another shot, and he'll raise it up, and he says, to hopefully greener pastures, as you humans would say.
Well, I may take you guys to Ireland sometime when you can see greener pastures. And he knocks down one more shot.
He will clink glasses, and then he will down a shot.
No. Well, after this is done, Nathan will probably flow about. He will be between the booth, I guess, and the smoking area or outside.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to talk to him, they're welcome to. Nathan isn't inherently flirting with anybody. He doesn't seem overtly interested in that, but if someone was to start it with him, someone was to make the first move, he would respond in kind. Because, hey, he's drunk. So, I don't know how that goes.
Okay. Dia right now is on her Omni tool, and she's just searching on the web to see if anything new came out about what happened with Palavin's son, and yeah, she's just looking for information and such, just like perusing what pops up.
Roll an investigation, please.
There we go. And
yeah, you'll do some basic perusing, but I don't think that you'll find anything new. Nothing new that hasn't already been reported already. Your Omnitool's phone does begin to ring/vibrate to let you know there's a call.
Dia picks it up and hello, this is Dia Iron speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Logan. It's Alan.
Hi. How are you?
I'm assuming you've heard the news.
I mean, well, it's kind of everywhere at the moment, so...
Yeah. It's pretty hard to avoid or totally miss. How are you feeling?
Well, honestly, I'm feeling better than most. Besides the shock of, finding out you're almost extinct. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... I know that you don't have hardly any personal ties to the Trevia system, but I've still thought that it probably affected you in some way, regardless.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. I'm okay, really. It's just the passing shock and just the funny feeling of thank God I'm not a paladin right now. And yeah, that sounds heartless, I know, but it's like I don't know. I just can't empathize as well as I should be. But
you don't feel lonelier?
Well, I'm always lonely, but
I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I've had a little bit too much. Yeah. How are you? How are you taking it?
I mean, I have had a few acquaintances who lived there. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to reach out to the families and give my condolences. It just, I'm still absorbing things. I'm sure everybody else is. And I'm trying to be sensitive because, like you said, it hasn't affected me as much as it's affected other people, and I'm just trying to make sure that I don't say the wrong thing or make it less of a serious deal as it would be normally for someone who actually had close family members or friends from there. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Just yeah. I had a conversation actually just a few seconds ago about that, but it's
It's one of those things where you can tell somebody that you're sorry and you want to be able to tell them you know how they're feeling, but
you can't. It's not.
they would totally call BS on that, yeah.
It's not.
And I don't want to. Yeah.
What like I told the other guy, Alan, just be there for them. If you're a crumbling wreck, fix yourself up. Take a moment for yourself before you start supporting people. It's, if you start supporting someone when you're just a shell of a person at the moment, it's not going to end well.
I miss these talks, Logan. I don't think you and I have talked like this, in a very long time, and I don't know, with everything that's been going on, I just feel like a lot of time's been wasted. And it's not your fault, it's mine. And I just wanted to call to let you know that I'm sorry.
Dia is treading lightly, so her mouth is like caught, trying to figure out what to say, and at the end of a little bit, Dia just sighs out. Yeah, sure. Sure. I don't know. I feel like a lot of shit is gonna go down after this, and all I just want to ask is, do you like have any? Do you know anything? Maybe, like, do you have any other info that you may have found, or is it just like the same that Paladin blew up?
I'm about as curious as anyone else is. I've been trying to keep tabs on what they've been saying in the news. It sounds like the latest thing that they've been getting is they believe that the mass relay over at the Trebia system has been destroyed. Reaching the Trebia system anytime soon is going to be next to impossible, which makes it even harder for us to investigate what actually is going on. They're trying to get a visual, at least, from the closest solar system to see if they could explore that area. But right now it's too early to gather any images. It's just, galaxies suddenly gotten a lot bigger than it was before.
I wouldn't say what happened bigger. I would say it might have been just kind of teensy bit smaller. Just a teeny bit.
Sorry, I meant bigger in the sense that it's harder to get to places now, or that place rather.
Yeah. Well, I doubt there'd be much to see, considering now how Palaven is just dust now.
Yeah, but like you said, it'd be nice to know what happened.
Dia just had like a light bulb go off on her head, and she sort of says, "Yeah. Anyways, see you later, Alan. I have to go right now.
Okay.
Talk later.
Sure. Talk later.
Miss you. Have fun. See you later. Love you. Bye." And she just hangs up.
Okay.
I think, Gimmick would interact with Nathan.
Sure.
But at first, I think that let's see, Gimmick would like to try a couple of things, like to get information from some people. So
Okay.
I don't know how if you want to do that first.
Who are the people? Are you talking people in general, or are you talking about specific people?
No, they're mainly the people related to the incident on the train. The ones that Gimmick doesn't know that much about. Let's see.
Oh, so you're so you're electronically doing some searching through the internet,
yeah,
for the
that's what I
extranet.
mean.
Go ahead and roll an investigation, and then we can have a scene between Gimmick and Nathan.
Yeah.
Roll better than me, please. Yes.
Really?
So, are you trying to get information about the train incident, not necessarily the explosion
Yeah.
of the? Yes.
One of the things that I wanted to know is where is if anyone did mention about Amia, sawing her in social media or something like that, to try to track her.
Yeah. So Amia, as you last heard, she escaped.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find her in her cell, and the CSEC has been searching for her, but they have not gotten any leads on where she might be. They haven't had any traces. You do discover that thanks to all of the video recordings that you sent to CSEC, the next suspect that is very high up on their list is this suspect named Chris, who they don't have a last name for him as of yet, but they ID'd him as someone who they ID'd him as someone who stowed away and wasn't supposed to be on that train, which makes him very, very suspicious. They have tried contacting one of his, a couple of his best friends, one being Lun, some Quarian named Lun, who apparently is good friends with him because they play Galaxy of Fantasy together all the time. Lun has stated that he has not heard from Chris in a very long time. He hasn't been playing Galaxy of Fantasy since the train incident. And his other best friend named Anar also claims to not have seen Chris at all since the train incident either. So they're still looking for Chris. He currently is also MIA, missing in action. The other things is they're still trying to figure out what happened to the fate of the engineer at the front. There seems to be... The scientists have again discovered like DNA samples from the dust, that darkish bluish residue I was talking about. But they're also finding some bizarre elements that are completely alien to this galaxy, it seems. Some very odd elements that doesn't seem to be... It's like unlike any other substance they've ever found in this galaxy, ever. It's weird.
I wonder.
But they're not releasing any of that to the public because that doesn't really give them any... There's no reason to release that yet because they don't know enough yet
Yeah.
to say anything. So
Would we get something about Shayas or Liam?
yeah, so Liam, like I said, was the first reporter on the scene because he was already there, and he's been trying to help, like, in doing some investigative reporting on what was happening, but no major leads have come up yet on that front. Liam is a very well-decorated journalist who has helped to unearth a lot of conspiracies throughout the galaxy. So he's been very revered for that specifically. As for Shayas Lazine, it's strange. There are very little data on Shayas Lazine, extremely little data, like less than the average person, which is suspicious. Why there's so little that you can find on Shayas Lazine. But, you know, what you find is that the only thing you do know is that Shayas was born in Surkesh, and she went to the main university in Surkesh. She has lived a very prosperous life because apparently she married really rich. At least that's what the stories say, that she married really rich. And that's really all the interesting information you can get from Shayas. Right now, personality-wise, I'm sort of modeling Shayas over Edna Mode from The Incredibles. That's kind of how I'm modeling her personality. So
It's accurate, though.
I think it's pretty accurate. Okay. So, Nathan is smoking. Is that what's happening? Is Nathan smoking at the moment?
Sure.
I don't know he is. Sure, he's smoking, and I think one of the things Mikey said is he's open to flirts.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead, Gimmick. Not that Gimmick knows that, but
Do it, please.
So, where is Nathan right now?
He's in the smoking area.
he's in the smoking
bar.
area of the bar. Of the bar.
The bear.
Ooh,
The bar, as he would
Show
say.
your-
the fire.
I love it when Mikey says that.
Take a share.
So if it's okay, I think that I don't know, at this moment maybe how it's called, a guy with a package would come directed to Nathan and be like, oh, I have a correspondence for Nathan. Is this you?
Oh, so delivery, some sort of
delivery guy. That's what
like
I couldn't get.
whatever the
Yeah.
whatever the Citadel version of FedEx is.
Yeah.
FedEx guy
UPS,
turns up and you
whatever.
finally get a package. What do you know?
Yeah. He's like, I knew to find you here at this bar.
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 Fire.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's me. Where do I sign?
Here and here and here and your initial here and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Good luck with that, and it will leave.
Okay, good luck with that. All right.
Makes him less likely to want to open his package right now. But hey, he's inebriated, so he goes ahead and opens the package.
Are you going to open it?
Yeah,
He
go ahead
did.
and open.
He did.
Well, so inside there is like a bouquet of flowers, and there is maybe if Gimmick looked on the internet, what would be the favorite food of Nathan that it would find like?
Oh,
interior
right.
touch?
You're putting me on the spot here. Nathan's favorite healthy food is probably something like, I don't know. God, I'm terrible with food. He probably like really likes like Caesar salads, like warm Caesar salads would be like one of his favorite like healthy food. And then like when it comes to unhealthy food, he's like, give me something spicy that's greasy, like a curry or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, inside the box, there is this bouquet of flowers that is composed of like flowers that have a meaning, like the meaning of the flowers are like reminiscing of the dead or being sorry for your loss or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also like a Caesar salad, like with the happy face drawn in with the
Aww.
yeah the Caesar I don't know how you call the
The
dressing. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the flowers are Asari, from the Asari homeworld. If you basically can think of them as the Asari version of Andraste's Grace.
Oh.
So they're a white flower, very fragrant. If you remember from Dragon Age, Andraste's Grace are used in a lot of perfumes. This one is not as potent in smell. It's more of a calming chamomile almost kind of scent, but of more perfumey edge to chamomile, because chamomile's not like super perfumey. So if you can imagine that.
Yeah, I guess he's going to take the flowers out and be like, well, that's kind of weird.
Is there no
Yeah,
card, Astra?
No, there is no card, but
There is no card.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so like he takes out the flowers and he like, I don't know, he leaves them down to the side. So he like takes out the salad and I guess he just wolfs it down. He's hungry. So, someone gave me food. If I die, I die. So, yeah, he'll just wolf down the salad and then like finishing up his smoke, he'll head back inside with the flowers and just kind of be like this. He like he's looking at them weird, like he doesn't know where they came from or why they're here, but like he gets the idea.
Good job, Gimmick. Dinner and flowers. Good job. You're at your A game here.
He's already at phase 2.
Oh God.
Vito and Solaric didn't have flowers for him. So that train's leaving the station. Anyway. Is there anything else, Gimmick, that you're doing?
Well,
saying?
Gimmick would be like right there in the background, like peeping on Nathan, opening the.
Peeping on Nathan. Okay.
Getting
In the
hurt.
background.
I don't know if Nathan would look around or try to see if someone looks suspicious.
You mean this is after he opens the flowers and he's
So yeah.
Yeah, when you're puzzled over the flowers.
Yeah, you probably
Yes,
look around
Gimmick
and be
is-
like, "This is weird." Like,
Gimmick we'll say that Nathan will spot Gimmick. So you're peeping over a booth or something? You're peeping over a piece of
maybe
furniture?
wall of the bathroom or
Yeah,
something like that.
sure. It's like peeking. You
Yeah.
can see this ghost peeking over something.
Yeah.
there's a little drawn face. Just
Yeah.
And when you look over, it will hide and run back.
You hide and come back. That's so
Yeah.
adorable. Okay.
When did Gimmick become a cat? When did this happen? Like
What?
Nathan would just kind of look
Oh.
at Gimmick and then look back to the flowers and then look at Gimmick again and just kind of be like, okay, why?
Oh,
Like,
well, yeah.
So does Gimmick approach Nathan now?
Oh, did Nathan talk to Gimmick or just be like,
why?
He
So-
asks you why.
oh, well, yeah. If Nathan addresses Gimmick, it will approach Nathan and be like, oh, hey, I feel that you were distraught, so I looked around on the internet, the extranet, to see how could I make you feel better. So it said that a good way of making people feel better is to try to talk with them and try to make them know that you could be there for them, and also giving them things that they liked so they could feel better too.
The good thing Nathan's dumb stat has intelligence, otherwise he'd be like, this VI is very weird. So he kind of like looks between Gimmick and the flowers again. He's holding flowers in one of his hands, and he's like, you know what, Gimmick, it's very kind of you, but it's also very weird.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Nathan, what's weirder, this or asking you suddenly to be their godparent for their child? What's weirder?
I mean, we've had these babies before, so potato.
Oh,
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to just. Well, it's not the first time I've received like a gift from somebody anonymously, but it's like I don't really know you, Gimmick. Like you're. I don't know how to put this nicely, but you know you're a VI. You know, it's not exactly like. You know, you'll grow from this. You'll just sort of learn that hey, I get a positive response. You know, it's a 1 instead of a 0 kind of thing, or a 0 instead of 1 is a positive response. I don't know. I don't really do the whole programming thing.
oh, but that's sad. I mean, well, I'm trying to make you feel better, and I think that if you feel good, I would feel good too. So, yeah. Did at least I make you feel better?
Yeah, you made me smile, which is something I need. So,
Oh, yeah.
well done. And he will pat the drone, like somewhat awkwardly, but he will do it all the same.
It says here too that physical affection it would be nice, but I don't have arms to hug you. So, yeah. For now, we could fake hug maybe.
Sure. Nathan's like, I'm going to get some more drinks after this.
So Gimmick would approach and be like, there, it's okay, things
Like,
will
he
be
like
better.
nuzzle up to his chest, and Nathan's just like, it's so. Thanks, Gimmick. Very nice of you.
Oh, well, yeah. Would you like me to stay here for a while, or should I leave you some space?
Why don't you go talk to what's his name? Jules. He seems like he could use someone to talk to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will still be around if you need someone to talk or to say anything. It says here that I should let you know that I will be there for you.
Yeah. Thanks. It's very appreciated. It's also very sweet. Thank you.
And Gimme will go backwards slowly and then go through a wall and start peeking through the wall and then go away.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I have one thing.
You have one thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I wanna. Dia, after her little light bulb moment, is going to approach Jules.
Yeah, you'll approach Jules, and he is, I think, just finishing up a conversation with Zedreri and Kowalin. He still looks very depressed as he is drinking some sort of a beverage that looks to be, you recognize it as a traditional drink that originates from Kaji.
So how's it going?
It's going. Just a lot just buzzing through my head. Of course, that's what's happening with everybody.
Any info on your dad?
I mean, he's gone. There's not going to be much info about my dad ever again.
Listen, and Dia gets in a little bit close and she's whispering, I don't know what she'd call it, but consider it like a gut reaction. I don't think Palavin going boom is the end of it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's not normal. A sun doesn't just go supernova like that. And especially in 30 minutes.
So what are you saying? They faked the whole thing?
Not faked. I'm fairly certain that all those people are dead, but I think it's very, very shady what happened.
He takes another swig of his drink.
So...
Not that it matters. They're dead.
Yes, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to die in a supernova.
So you think somebody is actively making suns blow up?
I don't know about somebody actively doing it, but... And this is when Dia gets a little gleam in her eyes, like this is her element. But I'm kind of primed to find out. If you get my gist.
What do you propose? He says as he takes another swig. I'm not completely following what we could do. What do you propose?
Well, I just mean, like, well, if... I'm just saying that maybe if you're willing, we can work together to find out if this is going to be worse than it already is. I have my own reasons for doing it, and for you, maybe it may help with any lasting feelings.
All right. I get you. I'm not really sure how much I can bring to the table. I'm just a jeweler. You know, I'm not a... And I know rocks. Not really sure if I could really help out in any way.
You have more than me, though.
One thing that I could do... You guys have a ship?
I'm as poor as they come, my boy.
I'm not my dad, but with him gone, I'm almost positive that everything that he has with his everything that he has from his business is probably going to fall in my lap. Honestly, I don't really know the first thing about ships, but I'm sure that he had people underneath him that can point me in the right direction and tell me what I need to know to at least give you guys that. If you're really serious about figuring out what's going on. I've got to warn you, though, I don't think any of my dad's ships, they're fast, but not as fast as a mass relay.
I know, and yeah, but you do what you do with what you got, right?
You sure you're going to be able to trust the ship that I could give you, given how, what happened with the last one you guys were on? The lightning rail, I mean?
Yeah, I can. For all I know, that was a very weird scenario.
That's not what your friend Nathan thinks. I believe one of the last things he said to me was, "Your dad's train sucks."
Yeah.
Speaking of, he walks in with the flowers.
Does he actually walk into the conversation, or he's just passing
He's
by?
just walking into the room and he's like walking over and he sees you two talking. And he's like,
Okay. So you're probably not within an earshot necessarily.
nah, he's not gonna butt in unless Dia calls him over or something.
For now, it's the idea stage, but I'm very inclined to not die in the future. And I don't know about you, but it may lead to something.
Let me see what I can do. That's all I can promise you.
Thank you. And here's my contact information. And Dia gives him all her contact information, where to call her and all, what to email and all that. And she says, "Let me know if you have something."
Sure. Thanks.
And I know you're going through the shitter. A lot of people are, and I'm sorry.
You must be going through a lot too. Considering, he sort of puts his hand up and down as if to imply you're a Turian, but he doesn't want to be like, "You're a Turian, so of course you are going through a lot." But that's what he was saying when he was motioning.
I have my own worries, my dear. That's all.
Yeah, from hearing that conversation, Gimmick would be like, how fast is the extranet to try to connect to any connection from Palavin, or is if Gimmick tried to connect there would be any feedback?
Yeah, I think the extranet is
Dead?
slower than. I think the extranet is. How does extranet work? It's faster than the speed of light, right? Is it
Yeah.
somehow faster than
Yeah.
light?
But I don't know if it uses the mass relays. That's the thing.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because it's
I have
quantum,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Quantum entanglement.
Yeah.
I think
In the two RAS relays, that makes some amount of sense.
Right. So I think it's point to point. Quantum entanglement is point to point. So I think if the mass relay is down, you wouldn't be able to connect through the Ethernet there. So I will say that you will try, but you can't, which again further implies that the mass relay
Things
is
are foobar.
down.
Okay.
Things are foobar, yes.
Sometime after the bar,
Sure.
Vito, I'd imagine he's in the bathroom home, and
Sure.
he's going to look at his Omni tool and think for a moment. And he's going to leave a message to his mother.
Okay.
Come on, Vito, you can do this. And he dials. I guess somehow he's making sure that it's going to the message box first or something like that. But hi, Mom. It's Shepard. I know it's been a while. I just wanted to call and let you know that Solaric and I were not in Trebia space when, you know, we're safe. His family wasn't. We've lost everyone. Yeah. I know familiar bonds are different in Solarian society, and it might be hard to understand, but I thought I'd let you know. Usually when something happened, we called his mother. Just call Altoria. She always knows what to say. I actually tried to call her. I have photographic memory. I know she's gone. I remember she's gone, but I still call her. For help for her own passing, maybe. I don't know. I thought maybe we could, I don't know, meet. I think Solaric could use that. I think I could use that. Maybe wait until the dust has settled. When we're ready. I guess that's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to speak to you again. Yeah. I should go. And he's going to end the message here.
In the meanwhile, we're going to time jump a month later. So obviously there's a lot going on throughout the galaxy, coping with, dealing with. The news is going to be full of memorials. It's going to be full of, very emotional account stories, families, friends, the whole shebang. People are there's going to be definitely a sect of people who are panicking. There's going to be more people on the streets, yelling out, "This is the end of days, doom, blah, 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 blah," and, repent now and all that good stuff. Because the day is nigh and yada, yada, yada. So, meanwhile, in addition to all of that stuff going on in the news, you're going to hear Nathan back from some of your buddies saying that they still haven't been able to find Vinny. They've officially put up filed him as a missing person. And for an entire month, there's been no word of where Vinny has been. Pip and Gimmick, CSEC will actually personally send Pip a email just thanking her for providing them with all of the very valuable footage from the train, and basically are granting Pip 1,000 credits for it. Pip, however, will offer it to Gimmick because she didn't do anything. You were the one who actually acquired all of the footage. She was just there. So whether or not Gimmick accepts is up to you, but she's offering the 1,000 credits to you to do however you wish.
Yeah, Gimmick would accept it if try to save it for
flowers, for more flowers.
Yeah. For if at any point in time in the future money is needed. But yeah, Gimmick wouldn't use it for itself.
And you all will be given a package. All of you will be given a package. Pip technically will be given a package. Well, no. Gimmick will get a package
Wait, what?
mailed to it. Actually, yes. Gimmick will get a package mailed to it.
Okay.
Pip, of course, is going to look at this very puzzled and says, "This is very weird. Oh, have you subscribed to something that I didn't note about, Gimmick? Is this one of those loot crate things that I keep hearing a lot about?"
Well, not really. Maybe Nathan sent me something?
Oh. Gimmick's probably like waiting by the phone every single day. Is he going to call me?
Is he gonna call me? I love you.
Nothing. And when you guys open the package, it's going to be an invitation. And the invitation is written in very fine looking lettering. And it's like old school, like written on piece of paper invitation.